Hello crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. In today's video, I'm going to share 21 projects I created with the Here's to You Paper Pumpkin Kit, March 2021. I created 12 cards, 11 are full size and one's a square card. I created 4 bookmarks or tags. You can use them for either. I created 2 tag treats, I should say, 2 tag treats, and 3 boxes. Okay, so I'm going to show you all my projects in detail, explain what products I used, and then I'm going to open up a brand new kit so you can see right what's in one. Here you go, paper pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to open up a brand new kit. I'll unbox my second kit. All right, so let's get started with the kit. Hi Cheryl. The kit is just fun as it is, and I always want to talk about the kits as they are. So the kits are great. You can make really fun things with the kit. So the first 2 cards I'm going to show you are just right there. Like the projects are right from the well, similar. I shouldn't say ever because I never do anything like exactly the same. But you can make this right out of the kit. You have beautiful elements. It came with twine. It came with little things you can stamp. Here's to you. I did use my own colors of ink. And I do want to go over that real quick, but and then I did cut up extra scraps I had to put this happy birthday on there, made my own little banner. But you can make these right out of the kit. These are cards. You can tell these are not Stampin' Up cardstock because they're white inside. The cards that come in the kit are white inside, whereas our cardstock is dyed all the way through. So those are 2 projects that you can make straight out of the box. All right, so when I open up a paper pumpkin kit, the first thing I do is look at the coordinating colors. Oh, here, Actually, I already my ink. I'll just tell you what they are here. They're on the back. So they're Old Olive. So you can tell what I used. Old Olive. Hi, Donna. Thank you, Donna. So Old Olive, Pretty Peacock, Calypso Coral, Seaside Spray, Petal Pink, and Bumblebee. Okay, so if you're like thinking like me, like, yuck, I'm thinking, like, how would these go together, right? And they do. Right, so I was like, I'm not sure about these, but they really go together well. We do rely on color theory and complementary colors, and the graphic artist did a good job. But these, to me, are not the colors I would have picked to go together, and I'm really surprised how well these go together. So these are the colors. Then I started inking up my different projects using mostly these colors. So even though it came with the Calypso Coral Stampin' Spot, you're going to see that in a minute. I like to put my sentiments. I mostly tried to do them in Pretty Peacock so you could see them better. And if you missed a couple of I did a couple of videos already on how you can extend this kit by using your scan and cut. So I did take the stencils from the kit, just so you know, if you missed that. I took this from the kit and we made our own Mylar stencil. The kit also came with 4 stencils, but I did teach you how to do this with the scan and cut, the Mylar stencil. And I also taught you how to use this sun stencil. We made boxes of sunshine, which I'll be showing you in this video. So if you missed those 2 videos, I have other paper pumpkin videos as well, because I'm really into paper pumpkin, and I would like to teach my customers other things to do with the kits each month, right? Not just the same thing from the directions. So hi Diana and Caroline, thank you all for coming in with last minute. I don't ever announce these. I just, when I'm done, I'm done. When I'm done making my paper pumpkin kit, I just go live, and that's it. Then I move on to my next project. Like a little kid, I get distracted. I go, oh, what else is next? What am I going to do next? So I have other projects I'm working on, like some other kits. So this card here is made from. I used the stencils, but then I cut the stencil. So there is a mountain stencil, and I did some stenciling on some paper, and it was like it got cut off and it kind of wasn't long enough and different things. So then I just started to trim my mountains, and I made my own little mountain background. This is from the envelope, piece of the envelope. So the envelope is craft color. Let me find that piece of envelope so you can see what I'm talking about. Here you go. See, I used the piece of the envelope. So for like these dark mountains, and I colored them in Old Olive. So that's how I did that. I'm a night owl too, Cheryl. I love. So I made this is Calypso Coral Mountains, Old Olive Mountains on craft background, and Old Olive Mountains right on Whisper White. Whenever I had little things to cover up, I would use my extra trees from my stencils. I would cut apart some trees and kind of put them on there to cover up not cover up, but just kind of where the mountains got kind of cut off at the edges. I sort of covered them up that way. So that's how I did that. And hi, Robin Hood. Oh, I love your name. And hi, Debbie. Wow, we got Minnesota. I'm happy that you guys came on so late. This is a different crowd than I usually get on my lives. All right, so this is the sweet, not sweet, what's it called? Classic label. Why do I call it sweet? Classic label punch for the congratulations on Petal Pink. Okay. These clouds are from the stencil. This stencil here that came in the kit, and these clouds are stamped in Seaside Spray. Okay, Seaside Spray clouds. Okay, so now you know how I made that card. I like to explain how I made the different cards. So for this one, I was like, well, you know, I like this. I like the cards as they are, like from the kit. They're really nice. But I was like, it really makes it pop when you use an embossing folder. And I think I'm going to have enough time to show you how to make a box using this piece here and an embossing folder. Okay, this is this subtle 3D embossing folder. It's just fantastic. It just adds a little bit of texture to your paper, but not too much. It looks like you're painting on a canvas. Like you did some kind of watercoloring or painting on a canvas. And when I say 3D embossing folder, they're the thick embossing folders. See? Okay, so that's what I did there. Nothing else. I mean, seriously, nothing else. Except for the classic label punch. You know how I showed you that punch. Well, the punch is right here. Classic label punch, here's to you. Stamp that right onto the paper. Some trees, bada boom. Easy card, 2-minute card, no problem. Okay, here's another one I used with the 3D embossing folder. And except this time I stamped onto the piece, the cloud element that came with it. And I popped it up with some dimensionals. And this time, nope, that's one of the cards that came in the kit. Let's see if this is. Yeah, this, I did a couple extra layers on this one, Petal Pink layer. This, yeah, I didn't do the inside of the card yet. I will be putting, so what I'll do is I'll put a piece of white inside there, you know, to write a note on. But that's the difference. These are both pretty peacock, right? So wow, look at all these people from Ohio. You Ohio people are a late crowd, right? So did we say hi to everybody yet? Debbie and Lulu and Donna. Yeah, oh, Donna, we already said hi to, but you're just talking about from being from Ohio. Ohio. May your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places. I love that sentiment. You can put that on anything. So this card could be a congratulations card. It could be an anniversary card. I mean, it could be a graduation card. But it could just be, here's to you, like we're celebrating you. You just, maybe someone you know just beat chemo or something. You know, or they're a cancer survivor. I mean, you could give that to anybody, right? For any kind of purpose. But I just love embossing folders. Hi, Kathy. All right, next one is, now this one, I was trying to find my stamp. I have Dr. Seuss stamps, and I have one that says, read every day. And I was trying to find that because I was going to make a reading card, because to me, this background, to me, looks like a bunch of books on a shelf. So I was going to do like read every day, but I can't find that stamp right now because I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, so instead of, I still like the background. It's a really cool nature type of background, but it's not like the mountains and clouds and stuff. So I just did here's to you, here's to you. You know, I did a background with it, and I was going to put some more trees here, and I might as soon as I open up the next set of trees. I just ran out of trees. I like to always put like extra, you know, 3 elements there, but then I might not, because I put these little guys there. And these are from, thank you so much. These are from here. Every year we come out with new embellishments, And so these are last year's new in color embellishments. And by the way, if you like these in colors, they're all retiring. Pretty Peacock. Here, the 2019 to 2021 in colors are retiring now. Pretty Peacock, Purple Posy, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, and Terracotta Tile. They're all retiring like this in April was our last time to get them, because like May 3rd, I think. I don't know. May something is our new catalog coming out with 5 new colors. And I can't tell you what they are yet, but I know what they are. I know what the new colors are. Okay, moving on. So this is where I got these books from. These books for these cards. I got the books from this envelope liner. And you can extend your envelope liners. Hi, Julie. Now I got some regulars coming on this late. All right. See, you could take the envelope liners from your paper pumpkin kit and cut them down. and make card bases and also make strips. So you don't need a whole envelope liner to fill up the whole envelope. So I cut them down, or else I used them for backgrounds. So I like the envelope liners, but that's the ones that I use for this card background. Oh wait, I already showed you that. Sorry, I showed you that card. Here's another card. This is the Subtle 3D Embossing Folder again. And what I did is I took a piece of Petal Pink cardstock. I cut out this element from the Paper Pumpkin kit. I cut it out. It was, well, I didn't cut it out that much. I just cut the edges off. Right? Here it is. I cut the edges off of it a little bit, trimmed it down. I glued it onto the piece of Petal Pink, and I embossed it together. So it looks like one unit. This looks like you can't even see the seam, because when you emboss it, it kind of crushes this piece of paper onto that piece of paper. Especially when like the crevices sort of, it crushes it together. So that's kind of nice. And that makes it look like it's a canvas again. It makes it look like a canvas. Okay, so that's that. And this is Old Olive. I haven't done any of the inside yet. I mean, they're going to be a piece of Whisper White on the inside of each of these, like blank inside. All right, so now I have 5 more cards. I have 5 more cards to show you, but I always kind of take a break and I talk about 3D items between the cards. So, you know, I kind of go around and show you different things. So we'll talk about these bookmarks and tag treats. So we'll do the tag treats first. So for the tag treats, I'm using the stamp that came in the kit, which is really pretty. And, you know, I used Calypso Coral for the stamp. I used Petal Pink. I even did both sides because I could. I mean, and so for that one, I used this punch. And for all these, for these 2 projects and these 4 projects that I'm about to show you, all 6 projects. All 6 projects use the fancy tag topper punch, but you can use any of our 3 tag topper punches. We have a delightful tag topper punch, a scallop tag topper punch, and all 3 would work perfectly for this project. Now, the tag topper punches, I'm pretty sure are not on sale because they're going to stay around, but you guys got to know this. I got to tell you this one. I put this in my newsletter, so if you don't get my newsletter, you know, contact me and I'll put you on the list. But I told my people in my newsletter that this is right now, as of right before this video, maybe like 20 minutes ago, I don't know. This is $7.20 right now. This Butterfly Duet Punch. It's called Butterfly Duet Punch. Hello, if you don't have this punch and it's $7.20, it's $18 normally. Stainless steel, heavy duty. So $18 is our normal price. Now it goes with a stamp set called Butterfly Gala. So check that stamp set out too. I don't think that stamp set's on sale, but it does coordinate with that. But you don't really need it for a stamp set. You don't need a stamp set with it because it makes just such beautiful butterflies. And let me just show you the bigger butterfly, because I only put the small butterfly on this project. I want to show you the bigger butterfly and the level of detail you get out of this. All right. Let's put it here. Let's turn it around. So you can't beat $7.20. There you go. I mean, how cool are those butterflies? So I put them on everything, as you probably know from watching my videos. I put them on everything, and what I did is I took the envelope liner. I took the envelope liner here, and I punched out some butterflies to tie in with this, and I just put a few little metallic pearls on there, right, to make the butterflies really pop. Hello, Lisa. And Crystal. Boy, I got a lot of you. Wow, this is I told my husband, I was like, I'm worried about going on at this time. And he's like, well, he's like, people are always awake. He said, somebody's always awake. All right, so I hope this is and hi, Teresa. I hope that's in focus so you can see those little pearls on those butterflies. Anyway, Calypso Coral ink. And what I did is I embossed this piece of the card. I took the card and I embossed it with the Subtle 3D Embossing Folder. And then this is Pretty Peacock, and that's Old Olive. So that's how I did that. Oh, I always like to show you what's inside. I forgot to show you what's inside. Thank you. I'm glad. I know, right? It does make beautiful butterflies. I was like surprised. I put little Tic Tacs inside. And I have little Tic Tac kits on my site where you can get like enough to make 10 little Tic Tac treats and 60 Tic Tacs. Enough to make 30 Tic Tac treats, I should say. But I give you the stuff to make 10. Meaning the little pieces all cut out and punched out and die cut out. So anyway, I have Tic Tac kits on my site. Thepaperchef.com. Not my Stampin' Up site. the Paper Chef site. But anyway, this is reversible ribbon. It's pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure it's in our catalog now. It's Pretty Peacock and Old Olive reversible ribbon. How cool is that? Because both colors are tied into this project. All right, so I told you about the $7.20 butterfly duet punch. Okay, and now I'm going to show you the 4 bookmarks. So here, I'll show you these two first. These two first. Again, I was going to make them into reading bookmarks, but couldn't find that read everyday stamp. So I'm using the Here's to You. Again, you can use Here's to You for anything. Hi, Deborah. Here's to You just works for anybody to congratulate them or just say cheers, like thank you, birthday, whatever. Put it on a tag on a gift or use it as a bookmark. So I get asked all the time, well, there's little pearls on it. You can't really use it as a bookmark. It'll mess up the pages. Well, I say bookmark like, I mean, who really uses it in the book? I mean, you kind of use bookmarks anyway to sort of like, I don't know, decorative really. It's a bookmark, but it's like maybe not a functional bookmark because of the pearls, because it would bend your pages. But you could mark up a book. But I guess it would be more of a tag, right? Okay, now these two. Oh, and by the way, all these I taught how to make in my video. My video on the scan and cut recently. In the same video, I didn't just teach you how to make a stencil with the scan and cut using your paper pumpkin kit. I showed you how to cut out stamped images, and I showed you how to do off stamping, meaning you get this is like the first generation stamp, and that's the second generation stamp when you off stamp and you get the different color. That's what I showed you in that video. Plus, I showed you how to cut out stamped images, how to make stencils, and there was something else. I forget what the third thing was. But there's a video, so check that video out. You can extend your paper pumpkin kit. Oh, I showed you scan to cut data because somebody asked me, I think Yvonne asked me, how do you do that? So I showed that in my video as well. Okay, more Here's to You. Congratulations. I used some pearls. As you can see, I use 3. Whenever I use pearls, I use 3 things. And there's those envelope liners again. And Pretty Peacock and Seaside Spray. Piece of tape on there. And then this is Old Olive and Seaside Spray. Okay, so those are those projects. And I'll show you some more cards. Well, while I'm on this, I wanted to just talk about this twine. If you have the Flowering Cactus product medley, then you will have more twine than just the twine that comes in your kit. So the twine that comes in your kit is cute, and you can use it for what I'm showing you. But you might have a retired twine called Old Olive twine. I do have that retired. But this is current. This is in with the Flowering Cactus product medley. You get twine in there, and it's Calypso Coral, so it matched all my projects. So I really was happy to have that twine. I just am lucky to have a lot of that twine. All right, so as I said, I used all the stencils in this this set of projects. I used all the stencils. And this is me using the star stencil. And I was going to do a Starry Night scene, which I still probably will, but I just ran out of supplies and time and ran out of the cards that came with it. But what I did is I used Pretty Peacock on the Seaside Spray, and I did the star stencil. So I have a lot more I want to do with the star stencil. I want to go back to a paper pumpkin kit that was called You Light Up, well, the stamp inside was called You Light Up My Life, and it had fireflies on it. I think it's called Summer Nights. And I bought an extra refill for that, and summer's coming, and I definitely want to use this stars with this Summer Nights You Light Up My Life paper pumpkin kit. So look for those alternative soon, but those are going to be like way, way out of the box. They're going to be like this kit mixed with that kit. But so I definitely want to use this star stencil for some nighttime scenes. But I used the Here's to You. I did the piece of the envelope liner again, the twine, you know how I did the trees. That's Pretty Peacock, second generation, meaning stamped off Pretty Peacock. And there's this envelope liner. See, don't use your whole envelope liner. It's a waste. Take it and make it into a card element. And that's a Seaside Spray. Thanks, Lori. No, Lisa. That's Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Things fly by so quick. All right, I'm ready to show you my favorite. I usually wait till the end to show you my favorite card. But I have to show you this now because I'm so excited about it. This is what I did for this is before that, this was kind of like my favorite, the way this came out with the subtle 3D embossing folder, and I was like, I like how I glued it onto the back and embossed it. But then I tried the same thing again, and this time I did the same kind of concept, but instead I made it horizontal, and I used the brick and mortar. So brick and mortar 3D embossing folder, and I was like, wow, I really like how that came out. It looks like someone painted onto bricks. And then what I did is I took the Winkostella pen, and I covered the whole thing in Winkostella to make the brick shiny. And then these are my embossed clouds, because the other day in my video I embossed some clouds. I showed you how to heat emboss, and I had done it. Thanks Yvonne. you might have seen that one, Yvonne, right? But that video where I had embossed my clouds. I was trying to do it on my card, but then I did it backwards. So then I physically, like, and you know me, I was scan and cut, but sometimes I have to cut things out. I cut these clouds out. They were heat embossed clouds, and I just puffed them up and put them on the brick. And this happy birthday. It's such a simple card, but I just like the brick and mortar. 3D embossing folder, and that is this. That is this one. And I'm pretty sure that's carrying over to the next catalog. Hi, Joyce. And hi, Yvonne, who just came on. All right, so more cards. Okay, more cards. This one is just, again, using that background. And at first you're like, whoa, it's so busy, right? It's such a crazy busy background. You know, and the envelope liner. But you know what? When you put it on this Seaside spray, and you see those little pieces of Seaside spray sticking out, and then you don't do any more Calypso Coral, because if you did any more Calypso Coral, it'd be like, whoa, too much Calypso Coral. So you got to break up the colors. So I used a pretty Peacock Mountain, but then it sort of cuts off. See, it cuts off. The mountain sort of just cuts off. So I was like, I got to hide the little end of the mountain and make it kind of go down to the ground. So I used my stamped images. So this is the die cut piece along with the stamped images down here, and just sort of an extra peacock tree, because I had an extra tree. I might put an extra little peacock tree right down there. Yeah, doesn't it make it look like you're sitting on a meadow of wildflowers? Yes, it does. It really is a cool back. It's like crazy how busy this background is, but when you do something like this, it kind of works. You can make it work. when you don't do any more coral or any more flowers, right? You know, you can make it work. We're going to put that one there to stare at. We're going to put the brick one there to stare at. Yeah, it does, right? It does look like a mural someone painted it onto the bricks of a wall. All right, so that's that one. And then you saw the twine on the background. Okay, next one is this one I made in my video live. I'm pretty sure it was live. Yeah, it was live. I was daring, and that was the day I made this stencil with the scan and cut out of. So I showed you how to make. Oh, and I got to address that, because someone said, "How did you do that?" Well, I took one of the pieces. I took this piece, and people asked me, how did I get that onto white? Well, I just used the glue dots. I didn't use glue because I didn't want it to ooze out. I didn't want this piece, like the glue, to ooze out, so I used a few glue dots to hold it onto a piece of Whisper White cardstock. So I scanned that in. I made a stencil. I showed that live, how I did that live. And then I used the stencil here in that video. So that's how I got it. Now, since then, I added a couple little extra trees, just because I had a couple extra trees. In fact, I forgot about this piece. I have this too. I can take this off and use it. But I might not, because I might scan it again. All right, so that's how I did that. Anyway, then I did the clouds with the cloud stencil. Okay, that's how I did that with Seaside Spray. And the Smile You Are Loved comes from this kit here. I like to combine paper pumpkin kits. This is Box of Sunshine. Box of Sunshine from here, June 2020. So some of you might have that if you're my longtime Paper Pumpkin subscribers. Okay. And then lastly, this one here. So that is Smile You Are Loved. And then, yeah. Oh, that's these little, yeah. Lastly is those again. Okay. You already know about these. Those little things that are from last year. They're in colors. Okay. Now this one I showed how to heat emboss live. That was what I showed on my channel. We took these clouds, and I put the stencil down, and I used craft ink. And I was supposed to use a spoon, but I used my fingers, and I put powder everywhere, and went poop, poop, poop. And then I used a heat embossing gun, or heat embossing tool. Okay? And I heated up the clouds, and now they're pretty shiny. Those same clouds are these clouds. They are the same thing. These clouds are clouds on Seaside Spray. Okay? So now I'm done showing you all my cards. I showed you the 12 cards. And I'll show you this box next. And this is the box we'll make after I open my next kit, because I need this piece to make it. So I'm going to make this box with you, because I get asked constantly, how do you make your boxes? All right, so this box, so simple. I took this piece of the card, this little piece. I took one of these pieces and I made a box. I embossed it first with the subtle 3D embossing folder, which we're going to do. And then I give little thank you gifts to people. Like the other day, someone made something for our potluck that was like enough for to feed an army. So I made her a little thank you. And what'd she do? She gave us more food a couple of days later. But yeah, I always give people little thank yous. Like that was one of my coffee cups I gave her. But these just do little thank yous. And this is just a useful gift. So that's it. That's the box. And look how fun it is to have the pretty sides of the box. So we'll make one of these. And I put Petal Pink at the bottom. And I put some hand sanitizer in there. Only because it fit. I mean, you can fit whatever you can fit in there. Put treats in there. Do whatever you want in there. Okay, my last two projects, and then I'm going to open a kit, are... Dun, dun, dun. This is what I did in the video. So I showed how to use this stencil in the video because we get 4 free stencils. Every March we get free gifts with our paper pumpkin kit. And this month's free gift was the sun stencil and those other stencils. This month's free gift, or this year, was the mountains, the sun, the stars, the clouds. And a sponge came with it. So I'll show you what's inside here too. So Sending Sunshine came from that other kit I showed you from last year. This one came from a Ridiculously Awesome stamp set. It's called Ridiculously Awesome. I think I already put that stamp set away. P.S. I Love You is from Ridiculously Awesome, and so are the stars. I used Daffodil Delight, Bumblebee, and Mango Melody. No, Melon Mambo. Is it Mango Melody? No, Mango Melody. Okay. And I'll show you what's inside it. Oh, and I put the butterflies from Beautiful Wings Dies. And this is butterfly from the Butterfly Bijou paper and the Brilliant Wings Dies. Did you make the box? No, the box is oh, I didn't make the box. The box is, oh, I found out these are going to not be in the next catalog. I'm going to be very upset. These are called Love You Always treat boxes. So get these while you can. Super easy to assemble. These are going to be around until June, though, because June, that's here. They're called Love You Always treat boxes. They're not on sale or anything yet because they're not retiring like now. Hi, Crystal. Yeah, so I didn't make the box myself. It's very, very easy to assemble. And here's what's inside. So when you give someone a little box of sunshine, you just give them little yellow things. Some Mentos, some Tic Tacs, some little Werthers, Hershey Nuggets, yellow and gold. There's a gold left over from. Where can you get the supplies? On my website, Lulu. If you're in the U.S. And if you're not in the U.S., you can find a demonstrator in your country. But are you in the U.S., then go to my website right and linked in the description of this video, paperchef.stampinup.net. And I will put a product list on the website, but just Love You Always treat boxes. You can also subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, but if you do, you're going to get next month's kit, which is called Cool Treat. Anyway, that was from St. Patty's Day. I had those gold coins. It's called Cool Treat, the next month's kit. All right, so let's open up a kit, show you what's inside. A typical kit. Yeah, can you believe it? The pizza boxes are retiring, Yvonne. I am so upset about that. But they're on sale. Instead of $6, they're $4 something. And you can get mini pizza boxes. Use my link on my website, paperchef.stampinup.net, and you can get mini pizza boxes before they retire. All my favorite boxes are retiring, except my mini paper pumpkin boxes are not retiring. The mini paper pumpkin boxes look like, they're bigger than pizza boxes. They look like this. Oh, I will buy up a bunch, but I'm waiting for my, well, I shouldn't wait too long because we're allowed to pre-order soon. For like demonstrators are allowed to pre-order for the new catalog, and I was hoping they're still gonna be around when I do my pre-order. I'm trying to be good. I did order some already, but I'm hoping they're gonna be there longer. Okay, so paper pumpkin kits. Let's talk about that. When you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, if you're in the U.S., you could subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, well, or Canada. But I'm saying if you're in the U.S., you could subscribe with me. But if you're in Canada, you can subscribe with your demonstrator in Canada. But that's the only countries that offer the Paper Pumpkin. It's a subscription, so for $22, you get a box of crafty goodness each month. It's amazing, and that's what I just made all this stuff with one kit. Everything I showed you, I made with one kit. Of course, I extended my kit by cutting out stamped images, by using other Stampin' Up products, by using my own cardstock like the Petal Pink. I extended the kit in many ways, but I still just made everything I showed you with one kit. For the basics was one kit and the stuff that came in the kit. Okay, so for $22 you get that. You get shipped. It comes with. I'll show you what it comes with. But you're not going to get this kit if you order now. If you subscribe now, you're going to get the Cool Treats kit. You're not going to get this kit because this kit, every kit's a surprise, and you never know what you're going to get until you get it. Okay, so but every kit comes with this typical amount of stuff. It comes with a stamp set. This is a stamp set. It comes with a stamping block. Of course, I use my larger stamping blocks. I prefer to use my larger ones, so I don't use the Calypso Coral. I give these ones away, and then I use the larger one. A sponge. Well, this was our free gift. You don't always get the free gift, but this was the stencils that I showed you. I actually given these to my latest. Her name's Teresa, so if you're watching, she gets these because she's my newest Paper Pumpkin subscriber, and because she's not getting this kit, I'm gonna give her that. But that's what they were, free gifts. And then this is for a new team member. These other stencils, because I ordered some yesterday. I ordered more stencils. We're allowed only. Oh, hey Nola, how's it going? Only Paper Pumpkin subscribers can get the refills. So for $10. You're not going to get the stamp set again and this again. You're not going to get the stamping spot and the stamps. But you're going to get your free gift. Well, that's what it says on our website. For $10, and you're going to get all this. This is a refill. And only subscribers can get the refills. So I'm going to show you what a refill looks like. And not every kit is cards, but I'd say about at least eight times a year we get card kits, and then we get treat boxes about twice a year. We get treat box kits, and then a couple of other times, like a home decor, maybe once a year we get a home decor. Oh, I'm glad, Debbie. I'm glad that I impressed you with Paper Pumpkin. Well, Debbie, you know what though? Like honestly, I keep it real with my viewers. I'm going to tell you right now that I prefer, like, these are what comes in a kit. And this isn't as strong as the Stampin' Up cardstock. These are the cardstock that comes in a kit, but it's great for beginners. But to me, I prefer using, see, this is Pretty Peacock cardstock. I would cut up my whole kit and not even use any of their cards. Just cut them up and use them in different ways. Because I like thick cards. I mean, that's me, but it's great for beginners. I mean, these kits are wonderful because they have everything you need. So you get 8 envelopes. These are the craft envelopes. Again, don't put these in there yet until you cut them down so you can use them for other projects. So you get the envelope liners, right? And then I scored mine. I scored them so they folded better. I scored them with my Simply Scored. Here, I put a little marker there, so I might as well show you that now. I'm all about tips and tricks. So what I did is I put them in there. I stuck the envelope liner in there like that, right? And I took I put that little marker there, and I was scoring this like this. See? So now the envelope liner fits in there and it scores better. But again, cut this down so you can use it for other things before you put that in an envelope and waste it. All right. Oh, that was, what was that? 4 and 1, 2, 3/8. 4 and 3/8. Scored at 4 and 3/8. All right. Now you got to see how I made all those really cool backgrounds with these envelope liners that at first look really tacky and crazy, but they kind of work when you do it. Okay, we're going to make a box out of one of these. Either this, no, we'll probably make a box out of the other one. Here are the cards that came with the kit. Petal pink cards. Okay, Petal pink cards, and here, we're going to use one of these for a box. These are the ones, because they're already cut. So why not use it because it's already cut as a box lid. So these are what we're going to make a box lid out of. Thank you, Debbie. And then there's these really cool little embellishments, right? And there's these really cool little thingies to put your stamp sentiments on. Every kit comes with something like that. And then there's the Pretty Peacock cards. Okay, so let's use this for the bottom of the box. We'll use one of the Pretty Peacock for the bottom, and we'll use this for the top, and we'll go ahead and make a box. Oh, and by the way, you get the adhesive too. I don't know what happened to the, I know you got Stampin' Dimensionals somewhere in there. I'm pretty sure you did. Maybe one of my team members can tell me. Did we get Stampin' Dimensionals? I'm pretty sure we got Stampin' Dimensionals. Anyway, these are the trees. You get 2 sets of trees and some Stampin' Dots. Oh, I know you do. You get, here they are. You get them because here's the twine and the mini dimensionals. So you do get all that stuff. All right, so what I'm going to do now is make box lids. Make the box lid and the box bottom. And to make a box, okay, so to make a box, you're going to take the lid, and before we cut it and before we emboss it, we need to make sure that the bottom of the box is a smidgen smaller than the top of the box. Okay, so we need to, so I'm going to emboss this lid, but first we need to cut it. So what we need to do is, how big is the top of the box? So the top of the box is going to be 3.75. Let's just do that first. So this one needs to be a smidgen less than 3.75. So if that's 3.75 on your trimmer, then you're going to go like a 1/16 of an inch, no more than an 1/8 of an inch, but maybe a 1/16 of an inch smaller than that. You'll see what I mean. You're going to see what I mean. Okay, and you're making the bottom of the box a smidgen. See that? A smidgen smaller than the top of the box, so that the top of the box fits over the bottom of the box. Okay. Now if this is, say, 5 point, here, I have to do it upside down so I can see the numbers. Okay. If this is 5 inches exactly, that is 5 inches. See the 5 inches? Then you have to make this not quite 5 inches, 4 and, 15/16 of an inch, or 4 7/8 of an inch if you want to go an 1/8 smaller. But I would say go a 1/16 smaller, not an 1/8 smaller. Let's see if I did that right. There's my smidgen. That looks good. So it's either, yeah, I might have done an 1/8 of an inch instead of a 1/16 of an inch. I think I remember why I did that. Because when you emboss the lid of the box, it does shrink the lid a little bit more. It shrinks the paper a little bit. So we're going to emboss the lid. And what do I mean? I'm going to take out my, I'm going to show you the other box for a second. It's buried under here. As you know, I make a big mess when I'm crafting. See that little embossing we're going to do to the box? We're going to make it just a little bit of a subtle texture on the box. So the sandwiches, you got your embossing machine, right? This is the big embossing machine. We have a mini embossing machine as well. So this one's called Stampin' Cut and Emboss Machine. I'm going to open it up, and there's something stuck in there. Let's see what's in there. Oh, just a piece of paper. Open up the back. All right, the sandwiches. I have to open up the back and put the platform down. All right, here's the sandwich for when you use the 3D embossing folder. And it even tells you what to use. So it comes with a base plate, number 1. And on the base plate, it says, when you're using a 3D embossing folder, all you need is the base plate, the embossing folder, and this specialty plate number 4. So that's the sandwich. Plate number 1 and plate number 4. And in between, you're going to put your embossing folder called the Subtle 3D Embossing Folder. I put it Stampin' upside up, and I'm going to put the top of the box in there. That is buried. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. I'll score it in a minute. I can score it later, but there it is. Okay, we're going to stick it in there, and we're going to lower it, okay? We're going to put this plate number 4 in there, and we're going to roll it through. I'm just holding my hand there. Sorry the camera's so shaky. And hopefully that's all we need to do there. And I'll do one in brick just because my machine's on my table. Pretty cool, right? I think I'm going to make boxes out of the rest of my cards anyway. If not, I'm just going to use either I'm going to make boxes out of them, or I'm definitely going to emboss them because I like how they look embossed. So what you can do is this. This is kind of a fun thing to do. You can glue this onto another piece of paper and emboss the whole thing, which is really cool. But this is already a good size for a card, so we'll just leave it at that. I want to show you the brick one, because that brick one is so cool. Things really disappear on my table. Yeah, it looks like linen paper now. So there's the brick and mortar. Brick and mortar 3D embossing folder. And I like to put these sideways if they're horizontal, but this one I'm going to put right side up because you just put it the way that the mural goes, right? The way that the bricks lay, but you put it the way the mural goes because you want to make it look like a mural on the wall. Mural on the wall instead of mirror. Okay, and then you can put that in there. Okay, and you put that. I hope I didn't tilt that. It's really just like, honestly, it's magic. To me, it's magic when you emboss something with embossing folders. And then you put some Wink of Stella on it and it looks like shiny bricks. All right, so let's close that. Ugh, put that down. That's a heavy machine. All right, now we need our Simply Scored again. All right, now we're going to make our box. It doesn't matter which one I make into the box, but we'll go ahead and make the linen one. So you're going to score. You're going to, when you make your boxes, you're going to score the same, for this box as the top as the bottom. So we're going to score 3/4 of an inch because that's what fit my little Purell hand sanitizer. And that's this box here. It's 3/4 of an inch. So that's the reason I'm doing the same one. I just know it works and I don't cut off too much of my seam. And 1/2 inch seems to make too wimpy of a box. And 1 inch makes a really good box too. 1 inch all around makes a good box. But, you still got your scene being shown. See how the trees, and you still got a nice scene. You got a little bit of the field of flowers. Okay, so 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. If anyone else came in, I can't say hi now, but hi if you came in. Okay, so that's what you do. Now you're going to take your little spatula, and you're going to burnish the edges. Oh, by the way, if you can't see that, that's what, see? 3/4 of an inch. And you can put these little markers there to help you if you're using it 3/8 of an inch. If you're using it again and again. All right, so you're going to burnish the edges with your little spatula. I'm using my Cricut spatula. I have a Cricut too. I've had like 4 Cricuts. I think I'm down to my 1 Cricut because I use my Scan and Cut more than anything. Okay, but that's my Cricut spatula. It's a really good spatula. See how dirty it is? I use it so much. And you can use your brother's Scan and Cut spatula. You can use a bone folder. You just need something flat to do this with. Okay, now I could use tacky glue, but I think I'm going to just use some Seal Plus. I think I'm going to use that for my box. So now you're going to take your boxes and you're going to miter the edges. You're going to cut out these little triangles like this. It's like the letter H. You see the letter H kind of, right? Well, it's kind of not really the letter H, but you know what I mean. I'm putting the box like that and I'm taking the little points out of, I'm burnishing the edges. I'm going like this around these edges of the box. Little triangles out of these sides like this. And I'll show you what it looks like over the piece of Pretty Peacock so you can really see it. And, okay. So, I don't know if I got that one. So it looks like this. This is what you're going for. See that? You're going for this look of making sure that every little, oops, I took a big hunk out of that one. Maybe not a hunk that big, but you see what I mean. You're trying to take a little triangle out of each little edge. It's called mitering the edges. So that's what you do when you make your boxes. And of course, if we have Scan and Cut and you're taking my box making course, you're like, why are you making manual boxes? I like making manual boxes. I also like when my machine makes boxes for me and scores them and cuts them. But you know what? You're getting the most out of this little mural. Right? You're getting the most out of this piece of paper by doing it manually. Because if you tried to put that and cut it with the machine, you lose a little bit of the edges of it. So I do make them out of the machine as well. I like making boxes manually, and I like making boxes with my machine. And I think I got all the edges. So now what you're going to do is just use, see, I'm a very messy crafter. I'm going to put that down. And you could use glue. I do like using glue. And if you're going to use glue, you use clothespins. Use some clothespins to help you while the glue is drying. But I'm not going to use clothespins right now because I'm just using Seal. It's called Seal Plus. This stuff is great. Got to get the edges up because it's just rolling adhesive. It's so easy to handle. And this is when you ask, what do you never have enough of? I never have enough refills. That's the one thing I never have enough of. Okay, that's the bottom of the box. This is the top of the box. So what I like about the seal is that it's so easy to handle because it has little ridges on it. It has like, it's adhesive with little ridges on it. And so it comes off very easily. Sometimes I have to tuck it in a little bit. But like what I was saying is if you're using glue though, if you're using glue, then you would take like a clothespin and while, you know, you would hold a clothespin there while you're waiting for it to seal. So I've used that a lot of times too. There's the lid of my box. And it fits over the bottom of the box. Okay, and then I used whatever that was, I forget. One of those little dies I had, some little stitch die I had. And I used this little stamp set here called Handsomely Suited. And see if I have another one from my bucket of crafty goodness. We'll just do one with, I might not have that one. Let's see if I have any where it could possibly fit on there. Yeah, it'll fit on there probably. Thank you. Let's try one of those. I've already had my stamp mounted, why not, right? And we're just going to use some pretty peacock. Where's all my colors? Here we go. Pretty peacock. Okay. Put thank you on there. I need thank you more than I need, you know, happy birthday and all that other stuff. And some dimensionals. And this one's so wide, I think that it needs those other kind of pearls. Instead of the pearls, I think it needs, it's so wide, it could probably use these guys. Might fit on the sides. We're going to try it. We're going to see if they fit. And if not, I will use the smaller ones. Yep, they fit. Ah, that's nice. If they were too big, I would have used the smaller ones. But I only have one small one left, so I would have had to use a small one of that and a small pretty peacock. So you just jazz it up with some pearls, you know. Tie it up with some twine. Tie a little bow on there. Oops. Because that gives it that little bit of color and that little bit of... Double up your twine. Oops. Put that on there. I like to show you everything because as soon as I don't show one thing, someone's like, well, how'd you tie the bow? Or I'm like, seriously? Whenever I don't show something, they ask me. The one thing I don't show is what someone asked me. It doesn't matter. The other day, I got so many questions about that stencil. You wouldn't believe how many questions I got about how I did that stencil. How I glued it onto the paper. Okay. I tie my shoes and I tie my bows like I'm in kindergarten still. With the 2 bunny ears. And then cross the bunny ears over. So that's it. That's how you make the box. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial or this video on what you can make, projects you can make with the Here's to You Paper Pumpkin Kit, March 2021. I hope if you're not already a subscriber that you'll subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. I hope if you're already a subscriber, you'll go get a refill for $10 so you can extend your kit even more. And I hope you will give these alternate projects a try if you're a subscriber so that you can extend your kit and have even more fun with it. Let the creative juices flow. And we will see you next time. That's all for now. This is the Paper Chef.